So I just finished watching Friday Night SmackDown, and it's safe to say that we are ready to go into Money in the Bank 2025. And in this video, I'm going to walk through my thoughts on Friday Night SmackDown. I'm going to rate it at the end of this video, but I want to walk through every step of the way on what happened tonight and how we got there. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. First of all, starting off the night, we had the Seth faction and the Bloodline 2.0 with Solo Sokoa in charge. And straight out of the gate, my immediate thought was, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? Where is this going? And is Seth trying to recruit, or has he already recruited somebody else for the fourth member and we're just going to get introduced tomorrow? Right? So immediately, I'm like, who could he possibly recruit as a fourth member that would be a surprise to all of us? And I have two, maybe three people in mind. And the first one I thought it could be Solo. Solo could be the fourth member, right? Which cool. Don't really see it happening because they're really doing this thing with him and Jacob right now. So I'm kind of like, maybe not. Another one I have is possibly Jimmy Uso. As crazy as that sounds, it might work, but Jimmy's really loyal to Jay. So not really sure about that one either. But JC Mateo is someone who I think they have a chance with. And it seems like right now the people that they're choosing aren't necessarily stars. They aren't necessarily the bigger people in WWE. It seems like they're wanting a mid-level person and bringing them up to that stardom level. And JC Mateo isn't actually bloodline or isn't actually family. And lately he's kind of been getting into it a lot with Solo and Jacob. And so either they just go a few different ways, but in my opinion, I think that he could be the fourth member if it's not Dominic Mysterio. And those are just my two picks at the moment. I also, obviously, right after that, we had Jimmy versus JC, and we got Jimmy coming out this winner. And I absolutely love that Jimmy Uso is finally getting the TV time that he deserves without his brother Jay. Like he's able to do what he needs to do by himself, and he's able to get the TV time, like I said, that he deserves. I think that he's way past due. I think he speaks better than Jay. I think that he fights better than Jay. I think he's more entertaining than Jay. I just think that Jay has the better music. And so because Jay has the better music, we get Yeet and we get all this stuff and it is what it is. I think Jimmy needs to switch up his music. I think once he does that, I think we're gonna see Jimmy go to a totally different level. Um, Zelina versus Piper Niven. If I'm honest with you, I was a bit confused when I saw this fight come on, especially being a tables match. Unless it wasn't a tables match and I'm just kind of confused, but she did go through a table and then she won, right? So why, if there's a tables match, that wasn't the tables match I wanted to see. Like they didn't even announce that it was going to be a tables match like on last week or anything like that. Unless I missed it. Unless I missed it. But I don't remember them saying it's gonna be a tables match like it just doesn't. It seems really weird. But at the end of the day, it did move the story forward. It was cool seeing Julia come out and interfere in that match and help Zelina Vega win. It was also cool to see her turn on Zelina Vega as well. I was kind of confused on what Julia was going to do, but Julia made it very clear like there's no friends in this. I'm going for the title, and it is what it is. I thought that was really cool that she was very straightforward. She turned on both of them and she kept it moving. Um, but at the end of the day, I didn't understand what the fight was for. It just didn't really make sense. Maybe because Chelsea Green is hurt with a broken nose, but that's the only thing I can really think of, honestly. Um, LA Knight comes out and announces that this is his third Money in the Bank in a row, and he hasn't won any of them. And honestly, I think he's not going to win tomorrow night either. I know it's in LA. I know that he's from LA, and he is LA Knight. But LA Knight would not be taking the briefcase tomorrow night. I'm sorry to say it, but it's going to be another time not winning it in a row. There's just no reason for him to win it. There's just I think that if he wins Money in the Bank, it is basically WWE shooting themselves in the foot because him being on the scene with John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, Gunther, all these guys is he just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. He's a mid card guy right now, and I don't think it makes sense to bring him up. I just don't. It's the crowd's way too indifferent, and it's just not. It just hasn't been working out, and so for that reason, I don't see him winning it. Um, right after that, they announced King of the Ring, which I don't know why they're announcing it so early. I think that that's a big mistake announcing it before Money in the Bank. Like, why are you announcing the next PLE? We haven't even gotten to this PLE yet. I think that was pretty stupid. Just from a marketing standpoint, it just doesn't really make sense. I think that announcing something like that and talking about it should have been done at the end of Money in the Bank or even midway through Money in the Bank. I would have rather, but to do it before, I just think it says we need money and we need it bad, and so I didn't really like that at all. Um, Jade and Charlotte Flair. Jade and freaking Charlotte Flair. This is the rivalry that has been low key brewing for since pretty much Royal Rumble, I'd say. I mean, it's been a while now. I know for sure since WrestleMania, but but it's definitely been a while with Jade and Charlotte, and I am here for it. This is the one rivalry that I've been low key waiting to get some traction and to start just taking off, for lack of better words. I'm extremely excited to see Jade versus Charlotte. I really hope that they make this happen at King of the Ring. The thing is, I do wish that one of them had the title beforehand going into that, but it is what it is. I'm excited to just see those two fight. I think that they both can really showcase the other person's skills. I think that they are both obviously not the same size because Jade is just strong as piss, but um, I do think they'll just bring out the best in each other. I think that Charlotte's been doing a really great job of putting people over, and I think Charlotte is exactly what Jade needs if she wants to go to that world champion level. Like I think that she is literally the person to put her over, and I don't know if she will put her over, but I'm just excited to see Jade go to that next level. Um, Another question that I had was about Chad and El Grande. I know that they're doing World Collide and Money in the Bank in the same night, which I don't know how's it going to work. I know we got Stephanie Valkyrie and Chad Gable both going over there, and they're going to try to fight and do their thing. Hopefully, they all end up safe, no injuries, nothing like that, and they can kind of make it back in time for the fight. But I think that it's pretty crazy that they're both going and doing two matches in the same night. But to each his own. The six-man tag match with the women's qualifiers showed me exactly, exactly why Naomi needs to win Money in the Bank. I don't know if you saw my last video about my Money in the Bank predictions, but in that video, I talk about why I think Naomi should win, and it's because of how unpredictable she is because of the story she's willing to tell and how creative she is as a wrestler. In my opinion, even in that one match, even in this one match, the six-man tag match, the way that she ended that match is exactly why she deserves the Money in the Bank. To jump off the apron when your team is trying to tag you is hilarious, and it's creative, and it's Naomi indirectly saying, "I don't need anybody. I'm gonna do what I got to do to win." And I thought that was perfect. And the type of stories that Naomi can give us with the Money in the Bank briefcase are endless, endless, and that's exactly why she needs to win tomorrow night. And I hope that that's what happens. It could go another way. I feel like they're gonna give it to Stephanie. I really hope not, but I really do hope that they give it to Naomi. And I guess we have to just wait and see what happens with that. Um, we also had um, what were their names? JC and Solo. That was crazy. I understand that these two are starting to get into it more, but Solo saying all gas, no brains is next level. And Jacob hearing that and being right around the corner is exactly what this rivalry needed. And so I know Jacob didn't really like explode last night. I mean, I'm sorry, tonight like I thought he would, but I'm excited to see where Jacob takes this because he's he still has to focus on Damian Priest, which I really hope that they don't take his title away from him because of this rivalry with Solo. But it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be that rivalry is gonna be awesome. I'm not sure where they're gonna go with this. I think that we might see Jacob pop up in the Money in the Bank match, just depending on how the match goes with Damian Priest. But honestly, I don't really know. It's kind of all over the place. They're not giving Priest enough time to build this rivalry up. But I don't know. I genuinely, I don't know. We also had Seth and the faction jump Andrade and Penta, and he got Cody and Jay Uso coming out. Then you got Logan Paul and John Cena coming out, and it's this tonight ended pretty wild. I think they are trying to do something with um, this whole Seth and Cody thing. I don't really know where things are going right now. I think they're kind of just. I think what happened is that it's Friday night before Money in the Bank, and they were like, everyone's in town. Let's throw everyone on the screen because it seemed not rushed, but it seemed like it was unorganized. Um, and then you got Logan Paul and John Cena coming out there basically saying that these are the last two, not the last two champions, but we got the last real champion, quote unquote, and then that Logan will be the world champion. And I kind of agree. I kind of agree with them. I think that Logan Paul is inevitably going to be the world champion, whether it's right now or it's by the end of this year, but it's going to happen. He just has way too much to offer to the WWE. The audience he has is huge. People he brings into WWE, like he is the moment maker. Like the guy came in and like I would say he's probably one of the best in ring performers, not the best, but one of the best right now in the WWE. Um, the excitement, the athleticism, the storytelling, um, he can get you over, and it just makes sense. And he's also a heel, and I think we also need another heel champion right now. And if there's going to be one, I hate to say it, but it should definitely be him. And so for that reason, I think that soon, I don't know when, but soon, Logan Paul will be the world champion. And so with that, let's go ahead and jump into the review. I think for tonight's SmackDown, I thought it was good overall. I didn't think it was, a 10 or anything like that. Like last week was a 10. Last week, I think I'm pretty sure I gave it a 10 out of 10. Um, this week wasn't as good as last week because this week, yeah, you had everyone in it, but it did feel like we're just promoting tomorrow. And then that King of the Ring thing really dropped it down for me. Um, and the Piper Niven versus Zelina Vega thing. Like those two, eh, they I don't think that should have been in tonight, but um, tonight I got to give it a probably a 7.5 out of 10. It was good, but definitely could have been better. Um, oh, sorry, I guess my battery's running low. Definitely things that they could have changed as well, and it could have ended a lot better in my opinion as well. I just it definitely felt like we got to get everybody on the screen. Let's just put some matches together, and we're gonna save all the good stuff for tomorrow night. And so, with that, I'm all wrapped up, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one. I appreciate all you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Peace.